Next on deck with Tim Black.
When I told y'all Candace Owens was getting paid to run one of the largest smear campaigns against Kamala Harris, I was crazy, right? But now she's trying to backtrack and blame it on Christianity as to why she no longer supports Trump. It's not Christianity that's got her concerned. It's the fact that they're not paying her anymore, and she thought that her husband in proximity to whiteness and slandering Kamala Harris was going to get her on the up and up with Trump.
You know what? I don't know if this is true or not. I can tell you this now. Look now, hold on. I didn't have a problem with her smearing. I didn't have a problem with her talking bad about Kamala Harris. Hell, I talk bad about Kamala Harris. Maybe not for the same reasons as her, but who cares about reasons? I already agree with her. I agree that Kamala Harris is not a black woman. I think that she is a Jamaican Indian woman, and that's what she is. And that came out of her own mouth. That's her lineage. That's what she is. Maybe, but hey, but that doesn't mean that I co-sign, Candace Owens coming back over here. I mean, when I first heard about you guys talking about Candace is trying to sneak back, first thing I asked was to where? Because I don't know, the only way you could go back to being black or going back to the black community is if you actually were rooted in the black community. And I'm sorry, man, I don't think anybody who's willing to do the type of shit Candace Owens has been doing for a number of years, she's been doing this for years, Johnson. Candace Owens has been the poster girl for dumping on black people for almost 10 years. And you don't do that willy-nilly. She's been doing it since 2016. And I don't think you ever could be truly rooted in the black community if you're able to do that for that many years consecutively. Now you say she want to come back to the black community and you got a problem with that. I agree with you there. I co-sign that. If that's the case, I co-sign saying hell no. But let me let you keep going.
Promised her a seat, just like they promised everyone else a seat, but guess who didn't get one? Because they're still a black woman. I don't know why you thought you were the exception. You were not the exception, you were the rule. Forget, you were...
I don't have any evidence of anything that you're saying. I don't have any evidence that she broke, and then her husband, didn't he own an island or a king or a queen or, I don't know what not a queen, but Didn't he from royalty or something? Ain't she caked up? You think she spent all that Daily Wire and Charlie Kirk money, whatever, Turning Point money or investments? I mean, I don't think she worried about money. I just think she addicted to being the number one whatever. And they clipped her wings over to Daily Wire, so I think she's petty. A lot of people in the news media are petty. You don't know that, but they are. You think I'm the only one to talk about people when I get, people get mad. They talk about people. They put out content. You're messing with somebody who has ink. And it's worse. People got video cameras. So anyway, I don't know if I buy this idea that she did it because somebody paid her. No, she did it because it's lucrative. She don't need nobody to pay her. She pays herself. You know how much money she was probably making? I don't know what her Patreon, or I'm sure she got a membership. She probably don't even got a middleman like my ass. She probably got a direct, throw it in the kitty. So I don't know, man. I think people don't like Candace Owens so much that they agree with you, even though there is no receipts. And I mean that with all due respect. But I'm with you in spirit.
We're posting 12 videos a day during the election talking about Kamala Harris and why no one should vote for her.
You already said that, but check it out. That's how she got paid. It was very lucrative. You know how much money you can make during election season? And you can go viral? Election time is the best time to talk about politics. The CPM's off the roof when you're Candace Owens talking about Kamala Harris. I mean, Kamala Harris is the first black woman with an opportunity really in the last 20 years, 30 years, hell, 40 years, a shot at becoming president. Maybe ever. Of course, it would have taken all types of things to happen for that to occur, but so the CPM, the cost per million was out the roof. That means the amount of money that they were paying on YouTube and other platforms, that's just YouTube. She had videos on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, where everywhere that was paying, she had money there. Plus, she had a subscription base. I'm telling you, she was making 40, 50 grand a month. She didn't need to get paid. She was paying herself. Let's keep going.
Let's play the video.
But I want to say this, quite seriously. 4 years ago, in 2020, I had no kids. It's an incredible thing to think about. I had 0 children, and now I have 3 children. And I'm so serious when I say that I was so concerned about Kamala winning that my husband and I were having serious discussions about what will happen, what can we do, what is our option. And I know that we're not the only family that truly thought about where will we go if
you want to get on here and cry baby tears and say no one told you that Trump was going to be like this. He was never like this. Everybody told you. And you were going to college campuses with fucking Charlie Kirk debating feminists and black women, calling them wrong and saying they had equal privilege as a white man.
She still believes that. When you say she's going back, that she's... Look, guys, I don't believe you. I don't think she's changed her stance on anything. And if she did change her stance, she wouldn't tell us. Okay, so I put out content. I got her did the rights and all the stuff she said about black people. All the negative stereotypes, the Nick Fuentes, Charlie Kirk stuff. This is her crew. That's her people, right? She didn't go back on any of that. She was able to go on black platforms and didn't even ask her about it. I can name like 4 platforms that took her back and didn't ask her any questions about any of the stuff that you're bringing up. And they weren't white platforms. They were black platforms. The Breakfast Club. Stephen A. Smith. And I'm going to leave a couple others out because I don't want the drama. But recently, she went on a white platform that didn't ask her anything. Told you. So anyway, yeah, she hasn't gone back on anything. She said black people got a culture problem, which is never something she would never say about the whites. So anyway, but yeah, let's keep going.
Paid you for a job. You did that job. But see, just like everybody else that the Trump administration took that job from, that they were offered during the election, you're not going to get that seat that you wanted. You're not getting the seat in the administration that you thought you were going to get. No black person ever was, especially not a black woman. And now you're trying to go back to your other blogging page to try to rekindle some of that money you were making during the election. Not happening, Candace. We know who you are.
Yeah, maybe I'm missing something, man, and it's very possible that I'm missing something. Maybe this sister knows something I don't know. She just didn't produce any of those things. I'll tell you this, though. I think that I've been one of those people saying it's been a travesty that Black America, I don't even fault Candace Owens anymore. Yeah, I don't fault Candace Owens for doing what she was doing. I fault people that allowed her to do it and then come back and holler at you. Yeah, the people that are so devoid of integrity and the soul, and they're just greedy bastards. They try to clean it up. We just want to have conversations. We just want to have conversations. Yeah, the first conversation should be like, let me play the Tim Black video of all these horrible things that you said, Candace Owens. Let's start there. Candace Owens has had a long history of dumping on black people. Maybe I live in a box, but I've never met a single black American who was a slave or a single white American who was a slave owner. I've come across lazy people who believe those who work ought to support them. Look how she's tying that to black people. She calls black people lazy for talking about slavery, who want reparations. Basically, that's what she's doing. Here goes Candace Owens throwing out her opinion of Juneteenth. Juneteenth is still ghetto and made up. Hope everyone enjoys it. Why would you need to tweet this on Juneteenth if not to incite black people? There is no other reason to tweet this out. Dumping on Black America for celebrating the last of Black Americans who found out they were actually emancipated. That's the celebration of Juneteenth. To your 95% white audience that you don't like Juneteenth and it's ghetto. She could put anything up or she could put nothing up. She didn't have to comment at all about Juneteenth. But what did she choose to do? To take a swipe at black people, to dump on blackness. You have this woman on your platform, you don't address this? Good thing we got the Tim Black Show. I have no sympathy for Jordan Neely. Daniel Penny killed Jordan Neely. He's on trial for it. And Candace Owens feels she has no sympathy for a man who was killed, murdered in broad daylight in front of the world. I think it says a lot about who she is. And once again, she can tweet whatever she wants on her timeline. Why is she continually going after black people? Stephen A. Smith, at least he did a better job of pretending like he cared. At least Stephen A. lied and said, well, look, I want to go talk to her for 20 minutes, and I could get into her past stuff, but I'm not going to do that right now. So I want you to know I'm not going to do that. Next time we talk, I'm going to do that. At least he pretended like he had to do due diligence. Because Charlamagne the God, he skipped over it like he was playing double dutch. And the rest of them did as well. And we already know the white guys who brought on did that because they don't care. They don't care about black people. They just want to use black people for the tools that they are and keep it moving. Which is basically what they signed up for. But hey, it is what it is. So now, Candace Owens is she's a capitalist, a cutthroat capitalist. And she saw a means to an end by throwing black people under the bus. And if those black people take her back, that's on them. And they think, oh man, she could put a word together. She could say a sentence. She could say a sentence without blinking, and she talks so fast. And this is amazing because we need her on our team. We had Goofy saying that as recently as a year ago. I remember some of you. I pointed it out, but your followers didn't want to hear it. So here we are again. What's there to say, man? Black people are the punching bag of the world. We just saw we're the punching bag of the USA. Okay, we're the punching bag of the USA. And that ain't gonna ever change. And if you black and you want to make a cheap buck, all you gotta do is throw black people under the bus. That's why when you find black people that stand up for black people, we should support the hell out of them. That don't mean they can't, that doesn't mean they don't have to be good at what they do. They have to be good at what they do. They have to put some work in. They gotta work hard. We shouldn't just support it because it's black. They should have to work hard. But if they work hard and they standing with us, you should stand with them. Candace Owens know where the money was. He went to where the sky was, where the grass was greener. And there's a media person who's been doing this 13 years. I'm gonna tell you, that door is always open for anybody black to say, you know what? I'm tired of the BS. I'm tired of this. I'm gonna go over there and make me some real money. And that's the deal. And that's what she did. But at this point, I'm thinking she already made a lot of money and she's only coming back because, and I don't think she's coming back. I don't think she was ever with us. But if she's changing her tune, maybe some things with the Jewish thing, maybe that closed some doors for her. But somehow she's got to piece together something that makes sense monetarily to make this whole thing viable, unless she want to go into Better Homes and Gardens, which is very much open for her. I mean, shit, I don't even know why she's still talking politics. Go do something with the kids and start writing books and, I don't know. Maybe she pissed off the conservatives so much she burnt her brand with doing any of these new lanes. I thought she was trying to go the relationship advice, life advice route. Well, maybe she realized she wasn't Megyn Kelly after all. Hey. I stand with this sister. I agree that we shouldn't tolerate it. Not only should we not tolerate her, we should not tolerate the people that would tolerate her. How about that? How's that sound? I mean, the thing she said about Black America was so egregious. I don't know how you could have a conversation with her and not address them. Now, if you're going to have a conversation with Candace Owens and address these issues and not fold like a lawn chair, well, then maybe there's a conversation to be had. But whether or not people want to rock with her, we black, we got soul. Let's do some soul searching first. Perfect. You made it to the end of the video. I appreciate you. Now, Google thinks this next video is going to be perfect for you. It's right up your alley. So click the next video, watch that with me, and let's keep this politics going. You're built for this.